Ahoy, mateys, and welcome to Mr. Bones' Wild Ride. As far as opening hand goes, yes, I love it. We've got impulses, a little bit of card advantage, we have a board wipe, and we do have an island, which is very important for skeleton ships. So we're going to keep on this one. So, see what our opponent's up to. Playing against Lord Windgrace, so hopefully, we just got done playing against Lord Windgrace, so kind of know what we're in store for, to be honest. So hopefully this is a should be a pretty good game because this is pretty hardcore skeleton ship, and it's a lot of fun. In fact, we're going to be pretty aggressive with this. So let's go and lead off with a Misty. Let's go and crack Misty. And what we're going to do on this one is grab ourselves an Underground Sea. There we go. Get that Underground Sea down. And, well, I guess we don't necessarily need to go for Mana Crypt just yet. I was thinking we could jam an Impulse really quick. But, yeah, that may be a little bit of extra damage. But I do have some bad news to start the video off with. Now that you've clicked on the video and you've watched the video, you're on Mr. Bones' Wild Ride. There's no getting off Mr. Bones' Wild Ride. You can never get off. And so, while we still have cell signal, it might be a good idea to call your loved ones and let them know that you're never going to see them again, because here at Mr. Bones' Wild Ride, you never get off. That's it. I'm sorry. So, if you want to find a new job to do here on the ship, maybe you, let's say you're an accountant, you can be our cook now, whatever that may be, just make yourself useful, because you're going to be here a while, partner. All right, let's go Mana Crypt. Sorry, that's just the rules of the road, Mr. Bones' Wild Ride. We're going to have Chromatic Lantern enter the battlefield, and that does keep us online for being able to go for Impulse, which is pretty good. Let's have all Island come down and then pass it over to our opponent. So we're playing Skeleton Ship, Mr. Bones' Wild Ride, and you control no islands. Sacrifice Skeleton Ship, then activated ability, put a -1 counter on target creature. Play against Lord Windgrace, +2, discard a card, then draw a card. If a land card is discarded this way, draw an additional card. -3, return up to 2 target land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. -11, if you're still keeping score, destroy up to 6 target non-land permanents, then create a cat army that wants to sit on your lap. All right, so we're going to choose a... Oh, I was reading the commander. I meant to go for Impulse. We're going to choose Tails on this one. That's a bummer. I'm sorry. That happens, though, sometimes. All right, so let's have Island come down. And yeah, I don't think we want to jam a... So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we try to go for Skeleton Ship. We're okay. We don't have any counter magic, but that'll give us something to kind of start jamming. And we get the boat rocking. It's going to be 1, 2. Get old Skeleton Ship down, and then pass the turn to our opponent. But yeah, we did cover both commanders. Give a quick shout out to our sponsors, MTGOTraders. If you're having a hard time dealing with the thought of being stuck on Mr. Bones' Wild Ride for a very long time, in fact, all of eternity, we do have some counters set up over at MTGOTraders. That way you can talk it out, and they'll help assign you a new role on the ship. And also, so be sure to check them out over at MTGOTraders. Give a quick shout out to inkgaming.com. You can use coupon code JOLT to get 10% off anything off the website. So if you have not trick-or-treated yourself in a long time, at least during this Halloween season, make sure you trick-or-treat yourself something from Ink Gaming. And last but not least, I started a Patreon. So if you'd like to contribute to the Patreon, there's a link down in the description below. Get your name at the beginning or the ending of the credits to help support cool content like this. And if you can't do that, hey, no problem. Just tell somebody about the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. So, opponent's off to a pretty good start. That's going to be a lot of Forest, Soul Ring, and Ancient Tomb, and that's going to be a Cultivate. So we've got ourselves a little bit of a mana race. We will be targeting Elvish Reclaimer with Skeleton Ship. So if we run into like a tutor or something, we're going to get one of those untap abilities and just start going to town. That's exactly what we want to do. Let's see if they want to swing in or not. I doubt they will. Most people tend to be scared of Skeleton Ship or Mr. Bones' Wild Ride. So we're going to go Tails on this Mana Crypt trigger. Lost the flip. I think we're 1 for 2 on those. And then we run into a Scalding Tarn. So at this point now, yeah, let's go ahead and go for an Impulse, because with Impulse, I think we kind of just want to dig a little bit deeper. So let's go Scalding Tarn first. And just in case we like rip into a brainstorm or something, let's go Impulse. In the look, yeah, that's we ran into brainstorming a lot more stuff too. Tameo, so we can tap down like Ancient Tomb. We've got Liliana Vest to start searching for cards, and then we've got Obnixilis for just a repeated card draw source. So I think Obnixilis is going to give us the best bet, because that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think we still have the land drop. Yeah, let's do that. So let's go Obnixilis. Other than that, I mean, that's a pretty good top pile that you could go for. Let's have Obnixilis come down. And what we're probably going to do is just straight up go for the -3. That way, there's just no funny business Lebowski on our opponent. Because with Elvish Reclaimer, they can sacrifice a land and just do pretty much whatever they want. So, normally like to go in for a swing with a zero creature, but with all Skeleton Ship, we need to keep Mr. Bones Wild Ride back on duty to put some. Look at that art. I mean, just imagine going to the artist, and then it's also with the double credit. I, I just not realized that it took two people to come up with this. I mean, that's beautiful. Isn't that crazy? You've got a dolphin just kind of chilling over there. We've got a skeleton riding, a couple different skeletons riding a sea turtle. We got some magic carpets. It looks like as the this is if somebody said, "Hey, a will you draw a skeleton ship?" This is what most people would think of. So anyway, pretty cool. All right, so this could be Bloodstained Mire on top of their library. Let's go ahead and go for old skeleton ship on Oracle. Get out of here, partner. And we're going to start popping you. And then let's go for that plus card draw because that'll really help us get some really nice card advantage. So let's see what they're tapping out for. Deathrite Ramen. So, okay. And we go for that next turn. But the main thing is we want to get rid of Oracle because those land drops off the top are not going to be good for us. So let's go and choose Tails on this Mana Crypt trigger. And if we can rip into something, if we need to go for a board wipe, we can. We can hit the reset button. It's not the end of the world. Let's choose Tails on this one. Lost the flip. It's going to put us down to 23. And then we run into Turn to Frog. Okay, loses all ability. Yeah, I think we might end up doing that. So let's go. Let's plus up, draw a card, lose a life. And this is we've already got Skeleton Ship down. Like even if we lose the game, I'm happy because we're about to Skeleton Ship an Oracle out of here. Get out of here, partner. So we're gonna have Ob Nixilis cash in a card draw and lose a life. Now as far as the core of the deck, I'll talk about it here in a second. But hey, greatness at any cost. We're going to be paying a lot of life to get a lot of our resources. So, wait, there we go. All right, ooh, and then go for the throat. So, we can actually just go for Skeleton Ship on Oracle. I think that's good. Yeah, Skeleton Ship on Oracle. And then we go for the throat on Deathrite Shaman. And then we can leave up Turn to Frog for anything that our opponent gets down. I think that'd be pretty good. Let's go Underground River. And then pass turn to our opponent. So there we go. But yeah, the core of the deck, what's in Mr. Bones' Wild Ride? It's changed over the years. Mr. Bones has been the most, I think it was the first holiday deck that I ever built, Mr. Bones' Wild Ride. So it's gone through a few different iterations. In fact, if you want to go back and check out some of the old artwork for Mr. Bones' Wild Ride, there's some different things out there before I was good at graphic design. And so, but yeah, it's... our opponent's going to go Demonic Tutor. Okay, we'll let that go on through. But yeah, as far as the core of the deck, it's made some changes over the year. It used to be really heavy minus counter. Then it's just really hard to get those minus counters going sometimes. So at least having a sub theme with that. So as far as the deck now, this is hardcore black-blue control. We've got a lot of controlling Planeswalkers in here. We got Aetherling, which is one of my favorite closers for the deck. We have Corrupted Conscience to gain control of stuff. So this is a pretty cut, if you imagine Mr. Bones' Wild Ride, that's what it is. It's just crazy ride into the ocean and maybe into space, deep inside of your soul, whatever that may be. But that's what Mr. Bones is all about. So we are looking at Secure Trivelder being able to get a land down. Now, if we can target them, but we're not going to go for that. That doesn't sound that fun. So, but at least we do have Turn to Frog. So we have a one-hit KO with Skeleton Ship in that, which is pretty good feeling. Let's choose Tails on this one. Won the flip, and we draw. Ooh. All right, let's cash in an extra card draw from Ob Nixilis and then Creeping Tar Pit. So we might get some Creeping Tar Pit going against old Lord Windgrace over there. So let's do that. Let's have Creeping Tar Pit enter the battlefield, and we're just going to pass the turn. If they want to go Tri-Builder, that's perfectly fine, crack. And we're at least looking at getting a little bit of a clock going against Lord Windgrace because, yeah, we are looking at a -11. At least we do have some sort of opportunity to kind of keep Lord Windgrace in check with this Creeping Tar Pit. This is going to be very important. So this is going to be Tri-Builder coming, activation. We'll see what land they grab. Probably a black source because that's going to be most of the removal. Now, we'll see what we can grab off of Mana Drain. We don't really have a big payoff at this point right now, but we got Ob Nixilis ticking up. We're going to get that card draw going, and we also have the -3 available, so that way if we need to get rid of something, we can. Mending of Dominaria. Man, I think that's, if anything, is going to be a good option for us to grab. Put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard, then return a creature card from your... Yeah, let's go Mana Drain on that. That's That's not something we want to see. And plus, it's going to give us access to a ton of mana. So that's going to be mana drain. Mr. Lord Windgrace tried to jump off Mr. Bones' Wild Ride, and some mana drain spout jumps up out of the water and counters it. All right, so that will give us 5 colorless mana. So hopefully we rip into something pretty nice. And then, yeah, we are looking at Lord Windgrace coming down next turn. So we need to get some sort of clock going, especially against Lord Windgrace. So I think our opponent might have been banking on at least getting a creature down. But the good thing about Creeping Tar Pit is it is unblockable, which is a nice feeling. So that's going to be Anger on the battlefield. Let's see how they decide to go this. If they do decide to swing in Omnixilis, all right, they're not going to swing in. Do we want to turn to Frog on that? That's going to turn Haste on. Yeah, if we want to clear the way, I think this is a good option. So we're going to do that. So let's go turn to Frog on Anger. Don't want to do the damage one. That would not be good. All right, so we're going to turn Anger into Frog, and then put a -1 counter on Anger. There we go. And send that into the graveyard. Now, that does give them haste, but we want to clear the way for this. That way there's no funny business Lebowski going on. Let's go choose Tails on this Mana Crypt trigger. One to flip. And let's see. Ooh, Time Twister. Okay, I think this is a wonderful setup. So we got to go for it. So we're going to go draw a card. Well, actually, do you want to hold on to Omnixilis to cash in a card draw? I think we want to wait on that. So let's go Time Twister. Yeah, I think that's fine. Because we got Chromatic Lantern. Whenever it becomes tapped, we're going to take a damage. So maybe we don't want to hold on to that. But we should hit a land with the 7. And we've got that. So, well, yeah, we'll just do that. So let's go Time Twister. That does give our opponent a fresh grip. But I feel like we can take advantage of that a little bit quicker than our opponent. So, all right, let's go Time Twister. Let's see if we run into any sort of removal for Lord Windgrace. And oh, there we go. Hero's Downfall. That's perfect. Exactly what we wanted to see. So let's go Hero's Downfall on Lord Windgrace. I would have liked to have seen a counter spell that would have definitely helped us out. But yeah, the longer Lord Windgrace sticks around, the worse it is for us. So that's going to be 1-2. And we do have at least 2 artifacts on the battlefield at this point right now. All right, it's going to send them back to the command zone. Let's go Necroskitter. Actually, if we go Tezzeret, that's going to be double blue. And then that last colorless. So it's going to be Tezzeret entering the battlefield. Let's go for the +1 to create a... So, yeah, because that'll be 2 card draw next. Actually, let's plus up on Omnixilis first. A Snuff Out. Okay, and we definitely... Yeah, we do have a swap. Let's go for the +1 to create a Thopter token. And then the Necroskitter is going to be colorless, black, and then black. Oh, that's a very nice turn for us. Okay, and then I think just Dark Slick Shores. Yeah, that'll be fine, because with Mana Confluence, we can get that down next turn. That'll be untapped. And then pass it over our opponent. So there we go. We're able to get rid of that Lord Windgrace ultimate. We do have Phyrexian Arena to potentially go for. We'll try to get that down next turn. Now, if our opponent does end up getting down some sort of threat, we do at least have Snuff Out. That's going to be an option for us to deal with that. The only thing that we do need to watch out for is maybe like a board wipe at this point right now, because if they wipe the board out, they're going to get rid of our ability to draw a bunch of cards with Tezzeret, but that's pretty much what we want to do. So as long as we can get this card advantage going, we'll be in a pretty good position. Okay, so we're going to see Lord Windgrace come back down. Now, if our opponent wants to be pretty aggressive, if they go with a -3, no, they're going to discard a card. Okay, so they're going to be digging. I feel like if they had a board wipe, they probably would have gone for it. So at least feel pretty good about that. And we do have Snuff Out too. So if they do get down some sort of threat, we can at least do that. And the cool thing about Necroskitter is that once we get a -1 counter on one of our creatures, we can bring that back to our side of the battlefield. Yeah, I think that sounds pretty good, especially if we can cut off any of their extra stuff. Yeah, let's do that. All right. So while we're doing our attack step, let's see if they want to swing in with Mina. All right, so they will be swinging in. Let's put a -1 counter on Mina. And we're going to go Snuff Out. Yeah, we're going to do that. Yeah, that's fine. All right. If we lose, we lose. All right, we're going to go Snuff Out. This is Mr. Bones' Wild Ride. We're going to be aggressive. Yeah, we want to bring Mina and Dean back. Yes. All right, bringing that back to our side of the battlefield. And they've got 2 mana left over. And we'll see what that's going to be. Sylvan Scrying, so they're going to search for a land. So might be looking at I don't know. We'll see exactly what they're going to grab. But yeah, this is pretty good so far. We got Necroskitter going with Skeleton Ship, and you know, a lot of the time, I'm going to be honest. You know, I like playing aggressive with these decks. I like getting my life total down really low. And we're playing these holiday decks. I just want to see these decks go off. And so the fact that we got Necroskitter and Skeleton Ship, Mr. Bones Wild Ride, that's pretty much that's a good option right there. So let's see what we draw to for the turn. That's gonna be Mana Crypt. Let's choose Tails on this one. Whew, I lost the flip. We're gonna go down to 13, and then Sunken Hollow. Let's go +1. Cash in a card draw. City of Brass. Not really wanting to see that. Let's draw 2 more cards. Hopefully, it's not 2 more lands. And we'll see what else we rip off of Tezzeret. Now, we are in an interesting position. We've got 6 that we can start swinging at our opponent, but we'll see. Phyrexian Metamorph can enter the battlefield as a copy of another creature. Yeah, this is... All right, opponent's going to scoop it up on this one, so I will take it. We played earlier. We played Lord Windgrace the other day, and we fought it out to the end. But so, unfortunately, our opponent's going to scoop it up on this one. The game's not over, but hey... You know, sometimes you can't stop the value, and we outvalued our opponent. So it's not a complete game, but we're about to start swinging in. Apparently, they didn't hit anything off of that Time Twister, and yeah, a little bit of a bummer. You know, when you let somebody kind of go off the previous day against Lord Windgrace when we played Lord Tressorhorn, and then we have the opportunity to go off, they scoop the game up. But hey, that happens sometimes. That's magic. So, but anyways, if you enjoyed the video and you enjoyed Mr. Bones' Wild Ride, hey, like and subscribe. All right, bye.